Hey guys, it's Michelle, and welcome to the Build Success 365 podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about a very special sponsor, Anchor. Anchor, as you know, is one of the top platforms and one of the easiest ways to make a podcast. It's totally free. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your cell phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you on 8+ platforms, including Spotify, Apple, and iTunes. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, welcome to the Build Success 365 podcast. I am your host, Michelle Norman, and here we're going to tackle important issues for the entrepreneurial mindset, productivity hacks, and ways to improve your life. We're going to do it together, guys. We're going to build success 365. So stay tuned, get yourself a beverage, get yourself a notepad, sit back and relax because it's coming your way now. Hey guys, it's Michelle, your entrepreneurial hype girl, and welcome back to the Build Success 365 podcast. Today we're on episode 2 of our Fierce by Fall series, and the topic of today is clarity equals currency. And I find for myself that being clear on your visions and your goals is really key to being successful. And I know I fail miserably at that. I wander around in indecisiveness and not making a decision. That is going to keep you from being successful. That in a nutshell. So if we can do anything for ourselves as a goal for, this fall or by the end of the year, is to get some clarity in our life, right? Clarity equals currency. And it's not always about money, but sometimes you just have to make a decision. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I get a new job? Should I buy this house? Should I rent here? Should I stay in this relationship? Should we plan that vacation? Should I buy that car? Having clarity in your life will help you make the right choices. And ultimately, it can lead to currency, whether it's starting a new business or maybe closing down a business, whatever it may be. Clarity equals currency. And the old saying, time is money, is completely true, because I live in the land of undecisiveness. And really, when you're undecisive, nothing happens. You literally just sit there and you waste a lot of precious time. People who are successful, they have a goal, they have a plan, they have clarity of their vision, and they start making action plans and they go for it and they succeed. Other people like me, I live in a land of procrastination and undecisiveness, and that does not get you anywhere. So if I can say one of my top goals for myself this week is to get clarity on what it is I am trying to accomplish for myself and for my business and my future, because I'm the type of person, I have 1,000,001 things that I want to do right now. 1,000,001 things. But having clarity on really honing down on making an action plan and making a decision on which one I should pursue, it's really tough. It's really tough. So I'm having to strip everything away, and I'm just going to focus on doing one thing, and I'm going to get it done, because I'm tired of being pulled in 101 directions and never accomplishing what I want to accomplish. You ever have it where the minute you have 10 minutes to yourself and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on my stuff finally, And then the next thing you know, your phone rings and people are asking you for favors. And then the next thing you know, you're helping them with their website or their business or planning their event or whatever. People have a way of sniffing out when you're trying to work on stuff for yourself, and they immediately want you to help them. It's like, I love you, but sometimes you got to be selfish. And sometimes you have to tell people, hey, I need to carve out that time for myself right now. I can't drop everything and run over and help you because I need to work on myself. I need to get this accomplished so I can be in a position in the future to help you. Because sometimes you get resentful, like the minute you got 10 minutes to yourself, you're trying to get ahead, you're working on that project at home, and then, oh, we'll come over and do, work in my garage. And we always get, volunteered for things that we don't want to get volunteered for. I used to be a person who never could say no to people. And people expected that from me. And you want to be nice and courteous and you want to be helpful, but sometimes people take advantage of your generosity. And I remember about 10 years ago, I had a really good girlfriend of mine. She was going through a personal life event, and she wanted me to help out at this event. And I just didn't want to. I didn't want to because I had other things that day planned, and it was going to be an all-day event where I had to get there like 2 hours early and hang decorations and do things. And the old me would have jumped and done it for her, but I was like, I'm sorry, but I'd rather just go as a guest and have a good time and not be forced to, help you do all this work. And I could tell she was a little irritated, and she never fully asked me to help, but she hinted over and over and over that, boy, I really could use some help here. And, sometimes in life, we don't have to always be the person to help everyone else out. Because the funny thing is I can guarantee you, if the roles were reversed and I had needed her help, she would not have gone out of her way to help me. Because it was actually kind of an inconvenience because it was an hour away and it was going to take up my whole day. And, it was kind of last minute. They weren't organized. And she was putting on this event and she just expected me to drop everything and drive there and not say anything. And, it was like, no. I'm sorry, I can't always be there for you. But I know 100% that if the roles were reversed, she would have no problem saying no to me. Flat out, nope, I can't, sorry. You know what I mean? But I was trying to dance around the issue like, well, gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it works out for you. And she would never ask me to help. But I could tell she was annoyed that I didn't jump to volunteer to go out of my way for her. But I know she would never do it for me, which is the funny thing. So, and I felt good about it. And I was really happy I stuck to my guns and I said no. And I know that sounds bad, but I got to a point in life where if it's going to put me out of my way continuously and not convenient, and other people can say no, there really isn't a reason why I can't say no. I mean, I do try to help people as much as I can, but it's getting to that point in life where if I want to get ahead and work on my business and develop those courses and work on the podcast and do those things that take a lot of time, I need to have some clarity. I need to have an action plan. I need to use my time wisely. And if people come in and try to volunteer me for stuff that I don't want to do and don't have time to do, I have to be okay with saying, gosh, I'm really sorry, I can't help you, but I'm working on myself right now. And you just have to be okay with that. They say no is a complete sentence. So maybe some of you need to get clear about telling people no. About telling people, hey, I wish I could help you out, but I'm working on myself. I got some goals, and I need to focus on my own stuff right now. And people might be surprised, but I think people will understand. You can't always be a yes person because sometimes that doesn't get you ahead. It gets other people ahead. So I had to learn about 10 years ago that it's okay to say no. It is okay to say no to people. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if they get mad at you, they get mad at you. But if you say it nicely and you're like, you let them know that you have something else or you just can't make it, that's just the way it is. And so maybe you need to get clear about your time and your priorities. And I know for myself, I lack a lot of motivation with time and priorities. And I can tell you that after a while, you're going to be very overwhelmed and you get kind of bitter at people for taking up your time. So if you learn to put yourself first and take care of what you need to take care of while you're working and helping other people, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. I can definitely tell you, kind of like those morning routines that we talk about, it's not really just talk, guys. It's really important to give yourself that time. You know, they always say when you make a paycheck to pay yourself first. So when you're working, when you have your day scheduled, schedule time for yourself first. Get what you need to get done for yourself out of the way. Take care of business. Don't let stuff pile up because it has a way of coming back and biting you, and sometimes it can make your situation worse. Like if you're not paying your bills on time, or you're not taking care of things you need to take care of, you're going to get late fees, or maybe your bills will get piled up to 2 or 3 months and your electricity will get cut off, or you know what I mean? You just don't know. It doesn't take much to get behind where things can snowball. Like if you have a lot of projects at work that you're just not paying attention to, the next thing you know, 2 months later, you could have 10 projects that all of a sudden are blowing up and people are like, hey, I submitted that project 2 months ago. Why isn't it complete? What's going on? I have a client who has a backlog of projects that we're trying to clean up, and that's a nightmare. Stuff's been sitting there for months. It's like, no, you can't let stuff pile up because ultimately it does come crashing down at the same time. It's like Murphy's Law or something. So don't put off, what you could do today. Get it done today. Take care of your priorities. Put yourself first. Still do your job, still take care of your family, but ultimately you got to pay yourself first by taking care of yourself, taking care of business. Because once you do that, I think it's a lot easier for you to work for other people. You'll feel better. You'll be running on even keels. You won't have all the stress and pressure, and you're not going to be bitter and resentful of people, and you'll be in a better mood to want to help people because you'll be able to help people, and you're not going to feel overwhelmed. Because when you feel overwhelmed, it is like the worst feeling. When you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even have 5 minutes for myself because I'm just running around 12 hours a day. Do you ever get that feeling like you're exhausted and you can become very bitter and angry and very negative? So I find that, pay yourself first with priority. Take care of business. Don't let stuff pile up because that can add a lot of unneeded stress. Take care of business and then create some clarity. What is it that you're trying to accomplish for yourself? What are you trying to accomplish out of life? Are you trying to pay off some credit cards? Are you trying to put some money in the bank? Are you looking to get a different job next year? Do you want to start a business? Do you need to level up your business? You're trying to lose weight? What is it that you're trying to work on that you haven't been able to achieve this whole year? Something that you think that maybe if I was clear on my goals and I made an action plan that I could accomplish and just eliminate off the table before 2021. So get some clarity, guys. Turn that clarity into some currency, into something that's going to move you to the next level and make you healthier and happier and fierce by fall. So for me, I actually just need to get clarity. I need to sit down and give myself a plan of what it is I'm trying to accomplish. I have about 10 different things that I'm working on, but I'm going to try to get it down to 1 or 2 and just get them done. I'm tired of being indecisive and being overwhelmed and feeling like I don't have any time for myself and I'm not growing. I'm not leveling up myself or my business. It's just kind of stagnant. And living in these chaotic times, guys, is not the time to become complacent. And I am the queen of being complacent. And I feel like that's where the rug can be pulled out from underneath you, is when you are not paying attention to what's happening around you. That has happened to me so many times, where you think, oh, everything's fine, everything's secure. And the universe says, nope, no, it's not. What's your backup plan? So get some clarity. Turn that clarity into some currency, guys. Don't sit back and be lazy and just think, yeah, everything's on autopilot, it's fine. We're living in a very strange time right now where we have an election coming up. We're still in a pandemic. The economy is not where it's supposed to be. And, we all thought that it would be over by now. In August, this pandemic was supposed to have been gone. And now we're being told you can't walk into a building unless you have a mask on. 4 months from now, it still might be happening, guys. It may or not go away. This could be our new normal. So we need to prepare ourselves and get some clarity on what it is we're doing. And we need a backup plan. So get yourself some clarity, guys. Stop procrastinating. Stop being complacent. Stop living on autopilot. And make sure that you pay yourself first and take care of your personal and professional business before you do anything else. Because at least if you take care of yourself, you'll be able to help those around you and you'll be in a better position. So clarity equals currency. Get yourself paid and take care of business and plan for your future. Everyone, we're going to have an amazing fall. We're going to work on our goals. I'm super excited. So this challenge is to kind of wake you up and say, am I going to improve myself between now and the start of a new season and definitely before 2021. So my challenge and your homework for today is to get clarity. Get a piece of paper, write out your goals, and become clear on your focus. Create a focus and an action plan. And give yourself some timelines. By October 1, I'm going to do this. By December, I'm going to do this. By January of 2021, I'm going to have done this. Give yourself some clarity. And start working on your future, guys, because it's going to be here in 4 months. But we can do it. Taking action is the very first thing you could do for yourself. Get that clarity and get that focus detailed. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you're working on, guys. I want to be here for you. Get this challenge going. Okay, we got to get this challenge going, guys, and have some clarity. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the podcast. I appreciate you. Please feel free to send messages to me here on the podcast. You can leave a video or voice message. Reach out to me on my social media. Like, share, and subscribe because it really helps the podcast. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye, guys.